So I was teaching some junior high students about sin, and we had gone over it for several weeks. And a girl came in one day and said, "My dad thinks it's dumb that you're talking so much about sin." Strange thing about it was her dad was a pastor. But I get it. A lot of people wonder, why is it such a big deal? Why is sin such a big thing? Why are Christians always saying that we have to recognize that we fail to measure up to God's standard? Is it really that big a deal? Well, the answer is simple. It's a big deal for the same reason that rattlesnakes, bears, avalanches, earthquakes, tornadoes, and hurricanes are big deals. They're all deadly. Romans 6:23 says the wages of sin is death. And not just physical death, although it is that, but also eternal death, eternal separation from God in a place called hell. And sin is serious. And we should not try to underplay it. We should not try to defend it. We should not try to hide from it and pretend that it really isn't in us. We have to face it. But unfortunately, a lot of us don't want to talk about it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to face the wrong that is in us. And so we minimize it. We say, it's not that big a deal. It makes me think of Timothy Treadwell. It's a guy they called the Grizzly Man. I don't know if you're familiar with this story, but he went out and lived among grizzly bears. And he thought it was no big deal. He worked and played with them for a while, and then one of them ate him. And that's our understanding of sin, is that eventually it's going to get you. And it's going to get you in the worst way. Yeah, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this week, this month, or this year, but your sin will find you out. That's what the Bible says. Your sin will find you out. And when it does, the wages of sin, what you earn by what you have done, is death. Sin is a big deal because somebody's got to die for it. Somebody is going to die for it. And it was such a big deal that God chose Jesus Christ to deal with sin once for all through his death on the cross. And that's the only remedy for it. That's how big a deal God thought the whole thing was, that Christ died for us.